So again, thank you to join us for this last presentation. I'm Guillaume Picard. I'm the head of the information system for Network and Plus I. And this afternoon, I will be with Miss Aude Blus, the representative of Student Affairs. And we will both answer any question you may have about Network and Plus I and engineering studies in France. So the presentation will be done in English, but you can ask your question in French or English. So use the chat to ask any question you may have. Donc n'hésitez pas à poser toutes vos questions en français si vous êtes francophone et nous vous y répondrons en français, bien évidemment. So this is the structure of the French higher education. So you have undergrad levels such as bachelor or licence en français. So generally, it's a 3 years program in science and technology with engineering, management, language, and humanities. The graduate level is the Master of Science and Engineering, also known as Diplôme d'ingénieur. So this is a training you can join after a bachelor. So after 3 years of a bachelor program, you can continue to a master program in France in 2 years. And at the end of it, you will get the master degree, le diplôme d'ingénieur. After a master, you can join a postmaster. So it's a 1-year specialization program. And in general, it's a specialization more focused on business and industry. And part of postmaster, you can also join instead of it or after it. You can join a doctoral program such as a PhD, which duration is 3 years. And you can benefit from French scholarship for doctoral programs such as CIFRE or FL. FL also is a program, scholarship program that you can benefit for a master program also. So what are the main objectives of N+I consortium? So the purpose of N+I is to help international students to perform their study abroad project in France in science and engineering. And for that, we have 2 ways to do this. First one, our website, on which we promote the training programs of our member institution, the schools. And also, once you are in France, we propose you Path to Success program, which are packages to help you to adapt yourself to a new environment, to a new way of learning and teaching that can be a bit confusing at start. So that's why more than 25 years ago now, all the schools, they merge their efforts into N+I consortium to propose to all students international such program to help their international students that they will be receiving in their schools to succeed. So today we will be discussing both of these topics. So this is the France map of our school institutions. So we have a 36 member institution located, as you can see, everywhere in France. So it's not only about Paris, of course. You can study in many places in France. So you have this list of schools. Maybe you know one of them already, or maybe you do not. But through Network and Plus I website, you will get to discover those schools regarding their specialties and their area of study program. So as you can see, as we gather many different schools, we have a scope very broad, very large of thematics. So it's from artificial intelligence, for example, to biotechnology, biomedical, chemistry, sustainable development, aerospace, telecommunication, civil engineering, computer science, etc., etc. So to have a better idea, we have developed a website on which you can find the training programs that are proposed by the schools. So you can see there are many programs available. With the options, you reach more than 300 trainings program. So it's very large database. So if you use keywords, you can filter this list regarding the topics that interest you the most. So I invite you a lot to go on our website, www.nplusi.com, and play with the search engine. You just type the beginning of a keyword, and you will see the auto-completion propose you the keywords that are available for the indexation of this trainings program description. Our website is a very efficient way to apply because it's a unique portal. So you have only to do one application to Network and PlusI, and then you have a gateway to all 36 member institutions at once. So you do not have to apply multiple times to multiple different institutions. You only apply once on N+I, and then you will get answers from many different institutions. So for you, this is a significant way to save time and money. It's a very open way to apply because your application will be considered by all institutions. Of course, you can pre-select programs and schools if you already know them and you want to apply for them, but it's not compulsory, meaning that you can receive many offers from pre-selected programs that you already know, and also from other institutions that maybe you don't know yet, but that are relevant regarding your study project program. So it's a very efficient way to have a good vision of the academic offers available in France regarding your study project. A good statistic is to know that more than 90% of applicants receive at least one offer. And in general, the average number of offers received are around 3 or 4 offers per student. So sometimes it's much more, like 8 or 10. Sometimes it's a bit less, like 3 or 2. But you will have options and to select and for your study project in France. Also, a very efficient way to apply to N+I is that all these offers will be received for you in a common schedule. So you don't have to wait for one school to answer and then 3 months later for another school to answer and so on and so on. When you apply, you will know the exact date when you will be receiving all the offers depending on the moment you apply. We have 4 sessions per year. So for each session in which you will be validated, then you will know the date of the results, and then you make your choice, and then you can prepare to come study in France. So that's a very efficient way, optimal way to find your study project in France. A small word about Etudes en France. Maybe you know this program. It's the official French government portal to study in France. And our website, our procedure is complementary to this system. So if you apply to N+I, you will get an admission letter. And with this admission letter, you can apply to Etudes en France to get your visa to come study in France. the benefit also of N+I is our application schedule is much more longer than Etudes en France. So I think that Etudes en France application for academic programs is now ended, is now completed for the year. But applying to N+I, you can still receive academic offers and then continue the procedure to get your visa to come study in France this summer or in September. So all these points, I hope they show you why this is the optimal way to apply for a study program in France. So now what is the application process? It's very simple, 4 steps. The first one is to create an electronic application on our website. So you just have to create an account on our website and follow the procedure. You will receive emails and notifications to guide you. And you have to complete an electronic form with a description of your study program, your pre-select programs if you have any, and to explain globally what is your study project in France, what topics interest you and what you want to do during your study. And after that, what are your professional dreams, what you want to do after your graduation. You have also to inform us about your 4 last year of trainings or degree. So you have to fill all the courses you took with the notes you have, and to provide us for all the description and things you claim to have, like scores in topics in courses, or in a language test, for example, or degrees. You have to provide also authentic document of each of these information. So you have to provide your official degree. If you claim to have graduated in a bachelor, for example, you have to provide such document. So in order that your application can be examined and validated and be published to the school, you will have to pay opening file fees so we can work on your application, exchange with you because maybe you have to correct some things, etc. And also you will get a compulsory interview in which you will have to discuss and explain your study project in France. So it is the opportunity for you to speak with someone and explain what you want to do, to have a small exchange. So it's a good way for you to get an orientation about your study project, to know better about what you plan to do for your study project in France. So as I told you before, we are 4 sessions per year. And now today we are in session 3. And this session will end for application on March 31. So as I told you, if you apply before March 31, your application will be validated, and you will get the academic results from institution on April 25. So you will receive one or many offers, and you just have to select upon these offers the one that interests you the most. Pretty simple. We have an additional and a last session, session 4, in May 22, and the academic result selection from the school will be published on June 6. This last session is a very late session, so I do encourage you a lot, if you are interested this year, to come in France to apply for session 3. If you can, you still have time to do so. And because session 4 is dedicated for only English program or for very beginner in French language applicants. If you already have a level in French, you should absolutely apply in session 3. It's the better way for you to receive an adapted study proposition in France. A few words about N+I Path to Success packages. So once you arrive in France, you will benefit from these packages. These packages will be required by the school depending on your personal situation. And it's a way for the school and for you to ensure about your success to join a training program in France. So there are 3 main packages. The first one is the welcome package. So you will be awaited in France. You will be welcome in France. It's a personalized assistance. You will be receiving a small welcome package with a phone card, so you can phone your relatives to tell them everything went fine. And you will have some small tourism. You will be also benefiting from insurances. It's very important because if you get sick during your first days in France, you are already covered. Even before joining the courses in your school. Even if you are involved in a small accident, anything, you will be fully covered, and it's very important for yourself, but also for the school to be sure that you have those insurances. Also included in this welcome package is the transfer to your next package or into the school if you have to go directly to the school. So in July, you will be benefiting from the welcome package. And in July, depending on your language level, you may be required to follow the PIL package. It's 8 weeks of intensive French courses that are operated in FLE center, so dedicated language center for international students. You will have tests before and after this package to understand better your progress in French. You will be accommodated in a host family. It's very important to discover the French culture from the inside, to know better how the French lives, and it helps also to understand how the French think. And all of this will help you to improve your language level in French, of course. Also, you will benefit from specific tourism and cultural activities in those PIL center. They will help you also to open a bank account in France. And again, the transfer to the next package or the school will be included in this package. The last package is the PIM. It's the package for methodological integration. So it's more an academic package. And the purpose of this package is through tailor-made courses for international students to help you to understand better the teaching methodologies in a French institution that may be very different from what you are used to. So at first, the first weeks, first months, it can be a bit confusing for international students. And that's why all the school created Network N+I is to provide such type of program, because it's a way to ensure that you will be able to follow courses along with French students into a different system. So you will be benefiting from tutoring from professors and from students that will help you to understand everything that is going on. So you will be able at the end of this semester to follow the courses along with a French student and get the exact same degree than those French students. This semester is credited of 30 ECTS, which are the European credit system transfers. And it means that there is no additional time upon your training program duration. So if you join a master program in 2 years, the first semesters of this 2 years will be dedicated for your adaptation into the training program. Okay, so it's very important for you, but you have to study and get the credits to get your degree. So it's serious. Okay, it's an assistance and help, but you have to be rigorous and to study as usual. And now there is an additional package I want to explain. It's the last one. It's the foundation year. And it's a solution to benefit from these 3 packages in a different way in a year. Instead of just 8 weeks and a semester, you will be doing this adaptation during a whole year. So it's a more comfortable way to prepare yourself with less tension, I will mean, that as I explained, during the first semester, you have to study and to be rigorous and get the ACTS credits. So you have to work. But during the foundation year, you have more time. It's less stressful than 1 semester plus 8 weeks. It's a longer duration. So it's a good way to prepare yourself. And this type of packages is usually very beneficial for students that are very beginner in French, for example. So you have to know that at the end of the PIM, you should be B2 level in French to join courses with French students. At minimum, you should be B2 level. So it means that you have to work during the PIL in summer to improve your level in French. And during the PIM semester, you also need to continue to improve in French. And there are services included in those 2 packages to help you to do so. But if you are a very beginner in French, then the foundation year will help you during 1 year to reach this B2 level in French, and then to join courses from September with French students. I hope it's clear. If you have questions, of course, I will be happy to answer them directly. And Aude also is, I'm sure, answering a question you may ask. So this is the end of our presentation. So now we will take questions. Feel free to ask anything in French or English, and we will be happy to answer your questions. A question in French, so I will take the time to answer in French for that. Donc la procédure de candidature est très simple. Je vais la reprendre ici. Donc c'est 4 étapes très simples. Il faut ouvrir un dossier sur le site N+I, remplir un dossier électronique de candidature sur la page personnelle du candidat sur le site N+I. Pour que votre dossier de candidature soit validé et rendu accessible aux écoles, il faut que ce dossier soit validé de notre côté. Comme je l'expliquais précédemment, on va contrôler tous les documents nécessaires requis, comme les années de vos notes. On demande les 4 dernières années de notes à l'étudiant, et donc on demande les justificatifs qui vont avec. Si jamais vous avez un diplôme, on va vous demander la copie de votre diplôme. Si vous avez passé un test d'anglais, par exemple, on va vous demander le justificatif de ce test d'anglais, etc. Donc, pour valider ce dossier, il faut payer des frais d'ouverture de dossier de 50 €. Et là, votre dossier, une fois qu'il est validé, sera rendu disponible à l'ensemble des écoles, comme je l'expliquais précédemment. Donc, l'ensemble des 36 écoles membres du réseau N+I auront accès à votre dossier dès lors qu'il est validé, pourront aussi vous contacter pour discuter avec le candidat de son projet d'études. Et ensuite, vous recevrez, c'est l'étape 3, une offre avec une date qui est déjà connue. Le calendrier est publié sur le site N+I. Donc, si vous complétez votre candidature le 31 mars, alors vous aurez, et que votre dossier est validé pour la session 3, alors vous aurez les résultats académiques le 25 avril. Dans ces résultats académiques, il faudra choisir l'offre qui vous intéresse le plus. Et ensuite, vous rentrez dans une autre procédure qui, là, va être plus commerciale. Donc, confirmer votre projet d'études avec l'école. So, it's an interesting question, and remark I want to develop a bit is about the cost. So, as I explained in French, the cost may vary a lot between public and private school. The average cost is around 3,077 euros per year, but it can be more. It can be 10,000 euros a year, because in fact, it is the common real price that you will get everywhere in Western countries. But if you receive an academic offer from a public institution, this academic cost will be greatly lowered, because the government will fund heavily the public schools institution and will automatically lower the academic cost. So as an international student, you will benefit also from this help from the government, such as a French student benefit from this help, which is automatic. It's not money given to you. It's a big discount on your academic cost, in fact. And I wanted to show this slide about the benefit of being a student in France, because there's a heavy tuition fee that is funded by the French government. You will be treated as a French student, so you can go to many transportation, library, cafeteria. You will get a discount as a student. And also, you will benefit from help for your rent. So you can benefit from 30% of reimbursement upon your rent by the government, with a national aid called the CAF that applies for all students. And also, as a French student, you can benefit from student residency, like the Crous, which provide very low rent rooms for students. So all of this will help an international student in his study project. How can you apply to CAF? You will get the information by your school once you will be in the French institution. When you will be admitted, you will receive information for that. So it's a specific procedure you have to follow. So that's why coming to France is a good way to build your study project abroad. You will be in France, it's Europe, so you will be able to move inside Europe once you will start your studies. And once you get your degree, you will get an automatic visa to continue to stay in France and work there. And you can also work in Europe also. So all of these present very interesting benefits to apply for a study project in France. And it's better to apply also using Network and Site, because it's most efficient way for you to receive the most appropriate academic program according to your study project. So there is a question about scholarships for master program. Here, I'm back on network and plus I, sorry. And you have here a specific page, and we'll put it in the chat. So you have to understand also that it's also a question about the academic cost and so on. So as we've seen earlier on the training page, you will get the information of the academic cost, but the cost from the school will vary a lot because we have both public and private institutions, and the cost may vary a lot from 3,000 euros a year to 10,000 euros a year. And if you join a public institution with lower academic fees, it is an automatic financial support for the French government, in fact, because the real academic cost is supported by the French government. We will be paying the schools instead of you, because the real cost will be always the same everywhere in Western countries, like 10,000 euros and more per year. So it's important to understand that French government is heavily supporting education in France, and as an international student, you will benefit from this help also. The FL scholarship program is the specific program for international students. It's a highly selective program and an excellency program on which you can apply only in session one, because the application will end at the end of session one. And it's a specific type of a scholarship program because it's the school that can apply to it, not yourself. You cannot yourself apply for FL. You have to be selected by a school through N plus I, for example. And if the school wants you to present your application to FL, you have to agree for that. You have to give your acceptation. And then it's the school that will build an application for you on your name to apply to FL scholarship. So it's a specific program. And you can get on Network and Plus I results for FL applications only in session one, because after that it will be ended. So here you have more information about the FL procedure on Campus France. And apart from this program, you have Campus Bourse website with scholarship programs available in your country, in which you will have to apply by yourself. The application fee is for only session one or the whole year. The 50 euros opening file fees is for the academic campaign. Okay, for the 4 session, it will be done. You don't have to pay for each session, of course. It's for the validation of your application file. How many programs can we apply to? You can pre-select 6 different programs, but in fact, there's no limit to the number of academic offer you can receive. So when you apply to N plus I, you don't apply to a specific school. You apply to Network N plus I, you build your study project and you explain it on your application form. So you can pre-select schools if you know them already, but in the end, you will save the maximum possible number of academic offers that the school will decide. What are the specific admission requirements for international students applying to engineering course in France? So the basic and the quick answer is there is no specific requirement to apply on Network N plus I if you are a student in engineering and science. And when you will be receiving the offers, you will know about specific condition. You will have to be ready in language, in French or English, to join the programs. And you will be informed also about the language level required to get your degree. All this information is already available on our website on the search engine of the trainings application provided by Network and Plus. So if you are not registered in a school right now, can I apply for this program? So if you already have a degree and you are no longer in register as a student, yes, you can apply with your degree you already have and join a program. Though the courses are taught in French or English, it depends. You will find this information in the training programs. You will get the list of all the courses proposed for the specific program, and you will see in which language the program is taught. Generally speaking, like 80% of the program proposed are taught in French and 20% are taught in English. So depending on what you want to do, you can use the search engine on our website to filter the programs taught in French, taught in English, and check the courses proposed. Yes, the question was, does the foundation year can be proposed solely without academic program? So the answer is no. The purpose is to join a master program after that. So in general, once you apply, you will get academic offers. And depending of your personal situation, for example, as I told, if you are a very, very beginner in French, the school may require for you a foundation year. The key point here is that you will have an academic offer and you already know your study project. So this is the main general cases I just explained for foundation year. Can we join the master program directly from September, as the visa process may take a while if beginner in French? If you are beginner in French, you cannot join the master program directly for September. That's what I explain here. You have to do, if you are very beginner, I think you will have to do the foundation year. So you will not be joining the master program in September. Before that, you will have a 1-year foundation year. If you already took classes and you already like, for example, a A2 level in French, you will have to do the PIL during summer, so in July, before joining the academic training in September. Quelle est la langue dans laquelle se dérouleront les entretiens, en français ou en anglais? Probablement les deux. Normalement les deux. Parce que comme on a pu le voir, pour obtenir un diplôme, en général, les écoles demandent un niveau en français et en anglais. Tout comme les étudiants français, quand ils ont leur diplôme, ils doivent avoir un niveau d'anglais suffisant pour obtenir leur diplôme. Donc l'entretien peut se faire en anglais pour justement voir le niveau d'anglais du candidat et savoir s'il a besoin d'une aide spécifique pour améliorer son niveau d'anglais, par exemple. In which language will be made the interviews? Is it only in French or in English? And my answer is it will be generally proposed in the two language, in French and or in English. If you have no level in French, of course, we will not do the interview in French, of course. If you are speaking, if you are fluent in French, for example, yes, we will do the interview in French, but we will also do a small part in English because both language will be important for your training programs, as we have seen on the training pages. Sometimes the school require a level in French and English to get your degree. So it's important to understand your level in the both language. Can I join Network N plus I if I already go to Etudes en France or Pastel, Campus France program? Yes, you can apply to Network N plus I and receive academic offers. And then you can complete your Etudes en France when you will get the admission letter from the school. It's a specific application for the visa only.